Welcome back to my channel, y'all. You're back with Box Truck Shorty. It's a new video I decided to do. Since I did my first video, my first video, like I said, is organic. This one is gonna be organic as well. I'm not no big camera guy. I prefer consultations over talking to a camera, but it is what it is. A lot of my customers want me to explain further in detail, and after I did that first video, I got a lot of DMs and messages about, breaking down renting versus owning a truck, my aspect of on it, and why I really decided to do it. Because a lot of people still was like, oh, well, you should have still bought a truck and bought a newer truck. I have a whole bunch of DMs about what do I think about that as far as buying a truck versus renting a truck. So I decided to make a short little video explaining my perspective on it, because I know I touched on it in the first video, but I really didn't go into detail about my, I guess, perspective on it. So I'll break it down a little bit for you today. Owning a truck versus renting a truck. Of course, if you own a truck, you can make more profits than renting a truck, because if you bought a truck out cash, then of course you don't have no truck note. That's common sense. You might want to pay yourself back the money you invested on that truck, which, if you take it out on a monthly basis, let's say it's $1,500, every month you make, profit, you put $1,500 to the side to pay yourself back, however you look at it. Or if you finance a truck, if you finance that truck, you're looking at about, I don't know, $1,500 to $2,000 a month, depends, maybe even cheaper, depends on what year the truck is. So if you purchase a truck, I hope you purchase a fairly new truck. Don't go purchase a older model truck and thinking that truck is gonna last. I'm looking at the load board again as we speak. Like I said, it's an organic video. Yeah, like I said, so if you purchase a truck, try to purchase a fairly new truck if possible. As they say, I've heard fleet owned. I would stay away from international trucks, because them international trucks, which I have with Ryder, they break down all the time. The Penske trucks that I have since February, literally, I have 3 Penske trucks still to today, and none of them trucks are ever broken down. They Freightliners, they bulletproof trucks. Like they crank up, they go, and had no issues out of them. Wish I could knock on some wood. But those internationals, man, every other week something's going wrong with them trucks. But at the end of the day, I don't have to pay for it, so I don't really care. They can break down 100 times as long as they give me a new truck. Because like I said, part of my contract is when my trucks break down, they'll find me a sub truck if my truck breaks down. Like, they'll tow a sub to me. Like, I had a truck towed from, it was over like maybe almost 100 miles away. One of my trucks broke down a couple months ago. They towed that truck here. That's like huge. Like, think about it. If you own a truck and your truck is broke, your truck break down for a week, 2 weeks, or however it is, because it's a shortage on parts. If your truck break down for 2 weeks, you're going to be out of business for 2 weeks while you're waiting on your truck to get fixed. For example, I got my Ryder truck went in the shop last week Wednesday, and it's just coming out this Wednesday. However, my driver had an issue come up, so he couldn't drive. So I didn't press the fact to get the sub truck, but I could have gotten a sub truck if I needed it. But I was like, there's no need to get the sub truck, because my drivers, had some family issues going on. So it was a great time for him to take a little time off, me not have to pay for the rental for that week, and keep on moving. But he went and picked up the truck today as we speak. So just imagine if you own a truck and that truck breaks down, you're gonna be out of maintenance costs, or however much it costs to fix the truck. And it's crazy, I had a consultation today. This person didn't buy it, but it was a family member that purchased a truck, and it was a $15,000 bill associated with that box truck breakdown. And that's like crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. However, renting the truck, anytime it break down, I can swap it out for another truck, like a sub unit. Like I said, if you break down in the truck and it's like a corporate, truck that's got some kind of dealings with Amazon and the rental company, then they will tow you. As you look at my YouTube, not my YouTube, you can go to my Instagram and see that they actually picked up the truck and towed the truck to each stop. And what I call Amazon, I had the orange bar because it was late. Guess what? Amazon is forgiving of that. They removed my orange bar. That late didn't go against me. So it's kind of like being in your boss car and your car break down. You in your boss car and your car break down, your boss can't be mad because, hey, I'm in your car broke down. So at the end of the day, Amazon is a little bit more forgiving if you're in a corporate owned rental versus you're in your own truck. In your own truck, I don't know, I'm pretty sure y'all saw that email. Amazon said they don't care. If your truck break down, you're supposed to get it maintenance, you're supposed to get it checked, the tires, they don't want to hear it. They want their freight delivered at the time it's supposed to be delivered. So that's a good thing too. So there's no downtime when your truck is being fixed, or if the rental truck breaks down. You don't have to worry about missing days. Because you gotta remember, in order to pull with Amazon, you have to have your authority active. And authority active means you have to have, commercial insurance. That commercial insurance is not cheap. It's very expensive. So when your truck break down, if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you still have to pay that commercial insurance. You don't get to call that insurance company and say, hey, my truck broke down for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and now, can I get some time off from paying that note? That insurance payment. No, you still got to pay that insurance payment. So that's another good thing about renting. First thing, they're forgiving. If something happens to the truck, Amazon's forgiving. Second thing, if the truck breaks down, they'll find you a sub truck pretty quickly. Like I said, anytime my truck broke down, somebody hit the truck or whatever, I get a sub unit within 24 hours. Usually that same day, if the truck reported, because my drivers usually come back in the morning. If it's an issue, I have me a truck by that night before I send them out on a nighttime load. So that's another good aspect of renting the truck versus purchasing a truck. Another thing is scaling. If you have one truck, that one truck can only do a night load and a day load. There's only so much money you can make because it's just one truck. Guess what? When you're leasing a truck or renting a truck, when the kind of account that I have set up, somebody can go into any Ryder, any Penske, and pick up a truck on my behalf. All they gotta do is say my company name. I schedule it. They go pick up the truck. No, nothing. Pick up the truck. I can have them start booking loads. I can book somebody in Chicago a load today, tomorrow. I can have somebody in California go pick up a truck for me and start picking up a truck and start, pulling loads for me. It's scalable. You can start with one truck like I did. I started off with one truck. 2 weeks later in February, picked up another truck. Like a week later, picked up another truck. Keep picking up another truck until I get reliable drivers, and then I could put a driver anywhere. So it's scalable like crazy. And the good thing about it is, once you put that money down, your first deposit down, like let's say you put that $1,000 down deposit, you should never have to come back out of your pocket again for that truck. So what other business do you know that you could put like $1,000 down, and going forward, you're gonna pay, that truck will pay for the fuel, it'll pay for the driver, it'll pay for the insurance, it'll pay for the mileage on the truck, and then you still have a profit. So once you make that profit, guess what? That's a real profit, because it's money that's in your bank account that ain't gonna leave for maintenance. It ain't gonna leave for a breakdown. It ain't gonna leave for no other reason unless you spend it. But other than that, that's your money. So when you own a truck, yeah, you might have 2 times the profit for one truck. However, when your truck break down, it's not will it break down, it's when it break down. When it breaks down, your 20,000 that you gross or 30,000 after your bills, guess what? Now you back down to right what I paid as a rental. So you making more, you think you're making more, but in theory, you're not making more than somebody. It's basically the same exact thing. It's just that I'm paying up front for my maintenance because I pay more, you paying in the back end. You kind of like wishing it don't happen. And if you mess around and spend that money, your profit money or maintenance money, you SOL, your truck gonna sit, your company gonna fail. So that's another thing. So scaling is another thing that's just is ridiculous. You can put a truck in every state. That's a great thing. At the end of the day, commitment. When you start off and you're renting a truck, and let's say, for example, for any reasons you don't like it, something pops up, a family change, something happens, you get COVID or whatever, you can take that truck back. You're not on the hook with no truck note. You're not out of no money. You're not trying to sell that truck. At the end of the week, Ryder charges you week by week. Whatever you don't use, they refund you. If you use it, go over by your mileage or whatever, then you pay a little bit more. However, you can take them trucks back at the drop of a dime. Ain't no commitments, ain't no nothing, ain't no red tape. You just take the truck back, say, hey, I'm turning it in. Even if they charge you for the week, you use it for 3 days, you can turn around, take the truck back, they'll credit you for the days you didn't use. Another thing, no credit check. It's not based off credit. It's not based off your personal life. It's not based off anything. Once you set up your account with Amazon, once you have your own authority, once you have the correct insurance coverage that Amazon is requiring, you can sign up for Amazon Relay. Once you sign up for Amazon Relay, you can go get a rental truck. You don't have to be in the, like somebody I think messaged me today, said that Penske, I think on one of my messages on YouTube, saying that Penske told them that they have to be in business for 2 years. That's false. I was able to get a Penske truck the day after, I believe, yeah, I think a day or two after my authority went active. So that's false too. Same thing with Ryder. Your authority don't have to be in no 2 months or 2 years, anything like that. However, to lease a vehicle, you have to be in vehicle. Leasing and renting is two different things. Leasing is when you actually own that truck, you have some kind of maintenance program, and you have to pay a monthly note. It's not paid weekly. Now to get that, yes, you do have to be in business for 2 years, because I checked into that with Ryder and Penske. So those two are not the same. Leasing is a little bit different. Renting is kind of a lease. If you think about it, it's similar to a lease, but it's more of like a short-term lease because you're paying it weekly every week. And with that being said, like for example, think about if you went and bought a brand new box truck. A box truck is expensive as hell, $90,000 to $100,000. Two of my Penske's, one is a 2021 and one's a 2020. So think about it. With the contract I have with Penske, it was paying $415 a week, and I think I'm gonna say 10 cents a mile. So where else on earth can you go get a 2020 truck or a 2021 truck and you're paying $415 a week? You do $415 a week times 4, what's that, like $1,900, something where up there? 48, yeah, $1,700. So if you think about it, it's just like leasing for 2 years, because I'm planning to keep the truck as long as I need him. So if you really think about it in a nutshell, you're getting a fairly new truck that you're leasing, what you call it renting, same difference. So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm pro renting. Anything happen? I've seen so many people go out and buy a truck and they are confused, they are lost, they don't know where to go next, they don't have the authority, they don't know what to do with the truck, they apply for Amazon, they don't have the correct insurance. Don't go out and buy a truck before renting. At least just try the rental route. It's cheap. You can get into the rental game for like, all you need is an LLC. You need a DOT, MC number, you need your authority, you need the correct insurance, and you need the down payment just to put on a rental truck. You're looking at under $5,000, you can jump into the rental game and start doing loads. That's crazy. What other business on earth you can jump in the game for under $5,000 and start doing loads or start making money? You'll make your money back in no time. So like I said, that's the end of my little story about renting versus owning. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification button. Let you know next time what I'm gonna talk about. I don't know, like I said, it's all organic, comes off the top of the head. Usually you DM me and I'll let y'all know, what I'll talk about next. But all right, and also follow me on Instagram at BoxTruckShorty. Also, I'm going to plug myself. I also do 3-day training. Check that out. And I also have a step-by-step starter pack guide for newbies that want to get in the game and do it the correct way. You don't want to have to go backwards, pay for the authority. You don't have the authority right. You got to wait 2 months to get to Amazon. You want the blueprint? I have the blueprint. You want the answers? Get the questions? I got the answers. Come see me. I'm going to leave the link in the bottom of the description. See y'all next time.